Good morning and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be discussing rental assistance programs and the stimulus check update. Now, as most of you know, President Donald Trump back in 2020 was able to pass legislation which would allow us to receive around $30 billion worth for rental assistance programs. Okay, so this is going to be on a federal level, either through the Treasury and also through city, state, and local counties. So, around December 28th, they managed to roll that out, and then it took states approximately to, I think, January 12th in order to apply and get direct deposit, and now this process is starting to roll out. Now, obviously, we're now in February, so I don't think that a lot of people are too late. I think that you're actually probably a little bit early. Now, one thing I want to clarify is that not all cities and states and governors are talking about the same thing when it comes to rental assistance, okay? So you have to realize that the federal program that has the $30 billion, that is a federal program, okay? That has nothing to do with what your governor is talking about, the state using state tax money from the citizens, or the county taking tax money from the county, okay? Those are completely different programs. We're talking about the federal program that gives you up to 12 months and then also a 3-month extension. So just so you know, if you guys applied for city and state programs that only gave you 1 or 2 months rent, this has nothing to do with that, okay? Now, the other thing I want to tell you is we're well aware at this point that they're going to be passing legislation on March 13th or right around there, and that will allow another $30 billion in back rent or rent arrears to be paid out. So that's your second chance. So when I tell you folks that this is your last chance, we're talking about right now all the way till March when they roll it out again for a second time. It's unlikely this is going to happen a third time. So I would encourage you folks to go ahead and start applying. Now, for those of you that don't understand how all this works, I am a consultant. This is what I do. I've had about a 90% success rate with getting people, helping them find the right places to go and apply, and ensuring they don't trip themselves up and saying the wrong things. Now, for those of you that are DIY, I have made the information available on my website. Now, just so everybody understands, this is only an 8-minute video. It's not possible for me to go in great detail because every county and every state has different way of administering these funds. So when I deal with my clients, I have to figure out, what county they're in, and then I have to figure out what specifically needs to be done to meet the criteria for that specific county. So I just want to let people know that I am, in fact, trying to help you with the video, and I'm going to show you the information and all the links, but just keep in mind, we're not going to have enough time. It would take a 4-hour video for me to go really in depth on this, all right? Now, so as I was saying, around March 13th, we're going to get the next leg of this passed. So what's going to happen is the federal funds from Donald Trump for 2020, that's going to expire, and then we'll be picking up the stuff for March. So for those of you that are dragging your feet or you don't understand how to do this, either hire a consultant or you need to react fairly quickly, because once the 13th gets here, that will be the last leg of this, and that will be the final payment for rent arrears, which means back payment, and also they will be addressing rents going forward. So it's really important that you take some action and try to get your rent. Now, on the stimulus update, we're going to cover that in just a minute, but I want to show you the website so you can get the information that you're going to need. Now, the link to the web page for my website is in the description and also in the comments section, so you can simply click on it and everything's very readable. So we're going to take a look now. I'm going to move this to the side. And so as you can see, Emergency Rental Assistance Program and Eviction. So, for those of you that are facing eviction, we do have a CDC memorandum for 2021. This has nothing to do with the old CDC memorandum, okay? There's a new one. There's actually been 3 for those of you who haven't been paying attention. Look, the new memorandum is nationwide under President Joe Biden, and it blocks landlords from evicting you to at least the middle of September. You need to fill this stuff out, and you always need to mail it with a signature confirmation or a tracking number so you have proof. If you're going to hand it to a landlord, then you need to make absolutely sure that you're recording that process so you have proof for court. Of course, there are some minimum requirements, but you can read about that when you click on the link. So let's take a look at the information here. First thing that I'm going to show you is the United States Treasury Department. This is definitive information, okay? So this is not a news story on Google. You can read the exact program, how it's administered here on this link. When the March 13th version of this program comes out for the next $30 billion, I will add the next link, and I'm sure that the new package to get rental assistance will change slightly. So I'll have to change how I help my clients, those that hire me to consult. And for those of you that are going to do it yourself, you will need to adjust your methods when applying. Okay, there's a lot of ways to trip yourself up with this stuff. Trust me, I know. I have dealt with it over 80 times. I've had about 8 failures. And it's mostly because people are doing and saying the wrong thing, applying for the wrong program, or just have no idea how to deal with the situation, okay? The other thing I want to tell you about is this is going to be a federal search database that's been copied to an Excel sheet. So if you have MS Word and also Excel or Excel spreadsheets on your computer, you'll be able to open it up. You can search by your state and county and then find a location in which you can apply. The federal government's very serious about you going to places that they're not going to hand out these funds to charities, okay? It's going to have to be somewhere official, like the county or the state, where you would apply through a porthole, because they're simply not going to hand out that money to be dispersed by charities and other people that may not be trusted. Also, you should never, ever give people your personal documentation, driver's license, Social Security, and your bank statements, okay? So even though I help my clients, I don't collect their personal information and do the application for you. I'll lead you all the way up to the doorstep or all the way to the portal, give you everything you need to know, but it's actually against federal law for me to sit there and apply with all your personal information. So if you don't want your identity stolen, then stop giving people on YouTube and also Google your personal information. These people can't actually apply for you. What they're probably doing is taking out a loan, and you won't find out till later. All right, let's talk about eligibility. So you go down here, you'll read that there's an extensive amount of information about eligibility, as you can see as I'm scrolling down. Then there's available assistance. You can read about that, the application process. Then it goes into COVID-19 rental assistance program by city and county, and it's going to ask you a bunch of questions there. Then you have Q&A, and this covers all those things that people love to peg me with, all those questions that they may have, and it covers a lot of those things that you'd like to know. And then it actually goes on for quite a ways. So what I've done is I've condensed all the legislation, which is several hundred pages, down to 20, and then condensed that down to 3 pages. That makes it easier for people to understand, especially for those of you that are do-it-yourself. So, I just want to tell you guys, some people have been successful with it, some have not. My ratio is 90%. People that try it themselves, most of you that come to me have already tried it themselves, and I got to tell you, their success rate has not been that good, probably about 3%, okay? So it's really up to you whether you hire a consultant or you handle it yourself, but I think that you'll find that the information here is a perfect dictation of legislation, the law and the way that it's intended, and how the program's supposed to be rolled out, and it's highly accurate from the Treasury Department, okay? So these are not my ideas and my suggestions. These are not tips and tricks. This is exactly what you would need to do. And as I warned most of you, whether or not you're able to get back rent to your landlord or not, you should seriously consider filling out your new CDC memorandum letter and filing that and mailing it to the landlord to protect yourself. A lot of you guys have been evicted unnecessarily. Now I want to go into stimulus payments, which is going to be our update. So we've had one stimulus, so the first stimulus check, the second stimulus check, and now we're up to the third. As I said, with the $1.9 trillion, we're going to take a look at a quick article that I copied to Word, and we're going to take a look at some of the information here. So this is the $1.9 trillion stimulus package, which is the American Rescue Plan by President Joe Biden. And so what it's going to allow, first of all, is that link I told you about. It's going to give you that memorandum for evictions and foreclosures until September 30th, okay? So it's important to get that in. The second thing it does is, as I had mentioned, the $30 billion funding for emergency rental assistance. It also covers energy, water, and let me tell you, there's something else tucked into this that's really good for a lot of you folks that are already homeless or near it. It's got $5 billion, which is a very large number for this, largest I've ever seen, in emergency assistance to people experiencing homelessness or have become homeless. So this allows them to put you in a hotel and then transition you into maybe Section 8 or other types of housing, or even help you with your mortgage, okay? So there's a lot of things that could happen with that $5 billion. There's a lot of latitude there. The other thing I want to say is, looking at the package that's going to be rolling out in the mid-March, besides the $1,400, you will be looking at a $400 payment for your unemployment benefits. One thing that is a heavy criteria and that is built into you getting your back rent are people that already get unemployment check. That unemployment check tells the federal government that you actually had a job. There's a lot of people that will lie and say they had a job, but they don't get the unemployment. And the thing about not getting unemployment is you have to go through a lot more stuff in order to get back rent, okay? So I've got to tell you, the laundry list is long. It's pretty long. You know, my average consult with people are 30 to 40 minutes, and they often still have questions after that. So you can imagine if you tried it on your own, just how serious it could be. And then you build in all the special county rules for every city and state around the country, and what you get is almost like a Pandora's box of things, you know. So I'm not pushing anybody to hire me. I'm just saying that, you know, considering that you could be put out, you could be homeless, you could lose everything you own, that you might not be able to do it right, it may be advisable to consider the advice of other people. So, you know, you're welcome to visit the website, do what you can for yourself. If you're still not able to do it, then, you know, like I said, I'm here to help if you're there. I've made several videos, and I've been on YouTube 6 years. Most people know that I have a very stellar reputation for representing people for housing and other things, and so I believe that you'll find that the information I'm providing is highly accurate. So I look forward from hearing from you guys. You're welcome to comment on the video. If you like the content that I'm providing, you know, you're always welcome to subscribe. So I've enjoyed talking with y'all today, and I hope you've enjoyed the information that I've been able to quickly provide, and I look forward to seeing you again. Thank you. Bye.